That was the white liquor capital of the world.
Where at?
At Crosby, Tennessee. It's close to, it ain't too far from Sevierville. I ain't never been there. I've been where the sign said Crosby.
I've seen it. I've seen the Crosby.
Yeah, but that's where they made a lot of it. And they said they'd have milk trucks that looked like tanker trucks full of it and hauling it out from up there years ago.
There was a guy at work. I mean, there's a.
But it was pretty good whiskey. What we done, we'd been up there a good while, and what we done, we flew around and had set it in the spring, and as an old man come down there, what we had left out of one jar, we'd done been drinking on it 2 or 3 days. And Pat drank too. He liked to drink. And he got pretty drunk. And when he'd go to get on the other side of his mule, he's so short, he'd just walk under the mule. And got down there putting the backer up in the shed that night, where you're supposed to put it. Throw it all up here. It's gonna rot anyhow. You know what he's done the next morning before daylight? About down there spreading that backer, putting it where it's supposed to be. It ain't a fire-cured backer. They had it. It has to be spaced. And it's the top backer that did it. You know, they got some that you eat it to cure it. Yeah. Different ways you get a backer. Some of it you pull the leaves off, and there's different kinds of backer cured different. But that type you just stick the whole stalk. You cut it down and split the stalk with a little old sharp thing on the stick. But Pap, and that old feller, some old feller come down there and drunk that bit of whiskey up out of and he got so drunk we had to take him home, but he lived on the other side of the mountain there. Something. They knowed him. I didn't know him.
I was talking to Renee Dockery, his dad, and he said he's son kin to the Davises from the mountains from Georgia. You ever heard of any of the Davises that you come from Georgia? Who are they?
My daddy's youngest sister.
Now your dad's, all right, who was your dad's dad's name?
Do what?
Your grandpa on your dad's. Your dad's name?
It was Merrin Taylor.
Okay, your dad's name was Harvey Lee. And then his dad's name is Marion Taylor?
Who? My grandpa Davis was Merrin Taylor.
Okay, what's his wife's name?
His wife's name?
Yeah.
I've got the picture of him. He tells the name. Rebecca.
Rebecca. All right. Who was Marion's father?
Oh, Jacob.
Jacob.
Yeah.
And who was Jacob's father?
William.
William. Okay. Yeah. There was another guy. There was another one name he mentioned, but I don't remember what it was.
Well, that's all of them on that line we're on. They sprung off.
But now, all right, now your
I've
dad's.
got the picture of them. Irene's got her name's the reason I remember.
Where's it at? Let me get it.
Yeah, it was on this table here.
Don't get up and get it.
No,
I know I've seen the picture.
Just on a piece of paper. You seen it, didn't you?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I wonder, I'm going to have to ask Sissy what happened to them. It was a time.
But,
yeah.
All right, now who was your grandma?
Grandma, which one?
Your dad's mom. What was her name? Your grandma
On whose side?
On your dad's side.
My grandma.
Your dad's.
That's what we was talking about, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Rice.
Okay.
She was a Rice.
Okay, she was the Rice. No, I thought Rice's was on Grandma. All right.
Rice is on Noah Rice. Her daddy's buried right close to my daddy. That's where Noah Rice.
Your grandpa was who? Jacob.
He was my great grandpa.
Okay. Marion's wife is who?
Marion. Who?
What was your grandma's name on your dad's side?
My grandma.
Yeah. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Okay. Now, you don't know, well, she was a Rice?
Yeah, she was Noah Rice's daughter.
Okay.
And
All right, now that John Rich was on Grandma Hayes' side, the Nelms, wasn't he?
oh yeah, that's on Grandpa Nellums. That's
Nell.
on the Nellumses. That is. They knowed each other. And
All right, now, where's where's Marion buried at?
Murray and Taylor,
Yeah.
he's buried right.
Up that hill, wasn't it?
No, not up on top of that hill. He's buried at Old Mother's Church. The
Oh, that's right.
biggest tomb rock in there, cause he died at 53 years old, and his wife did too. And they had a dozen youngins. They had first and died, but they had the grown youngins, and the youngest one was my Aunt Minnie that lived in Georgia.
Okay, who else from Georgia would be?
Well, Grandpa Nellums that's where he come from, Georgia. He broke out of jail and come up here. He made the saw to cut out of jail with. Come to North Carolina.
What was his name?
Houston Hill Nellums. He's the one that's kin to. That's how she's a kin to me on the Nellums
Oh,
side.
the people over Falls Crest.
Falls Crest. You know, I gotta go over there and see her. I called her, I believe, right before I broke my hip, or right after one. Talked to her. She's Davis, her name, and the Scots. They had one boy and two, but that's on a different bunch of people. That's on the Nellums side. Then ain't on my daddy's side. There's an older bunch of people. Aunt Minnie was right at 100 when she died. Aunt Minnie Collins, she married a Collins.
Okay, there's Marion Taylor,
Yeah.
Rebecca, and that's their kids.
Yeah.
William Isaac, Laura Joseph, you don't know about it. Hardy, that's your Uncle Hardy?
Yeah.
Is that your Uncle Hardy that
Hardy.
you're talking about?
Yeah.
Hardy Davis?
He's one of the carpenters done carpenter.
And who is it? Thomas Jefferson Davis.
Thomas Jefferson Davis. That's my Uncle Jeff. He
Oh, that's the one that never married.
never married. He stayed with my mama's people.
James Vernon Davis, who is he?
He has always lived with my mama's people. Him and Aunt Clary stayed with up on. But hey, Aunt Polly, well, he knowed them, and he's.
Oh, this is all your
Yeah.
kids. I mean, this is all your
Yeah.
uncles.
There's
12 of them. Minnie.
Laura's the one's got. See, she had two kids that wasn't married to before. And my grandpa, this Marion Taylor, told them, said, "You send them to school and learn them something. Don't worry about." And one of them, we don't know where she went when this woman here had two youngins without married. But my daddy's people raised them, and my mama went to school with both of these kids that she had.
Minnie Davis.
But
Who was Minnie?
Minnie,
There's Sally Elizabeth Davis.
that
Now, who's she?
I believe that it don't tell where she's buried, does it? All right, she's the one left town.
Age of death 91.
She got mad because her sister had kids without getting married, and I think they got different.
Noah Vance Davis.
Who?
Noah Vance.
That's my Uncle Jim.
Oh, that's Jim, the one that lived on I-40.
Yeah,
Why do they call him Jim?
man. Noah
Noah Vance?
No, that ain't Uncle Jim.
Who's Uncle Jim?
James Vernon.
James Vernon.
Yeah, there he is. I know where he's buried. He's buried up here at where we went to see him. I went to his funeral that night up there. Not when they buried him. Me and Eva took off up there, but for some reason.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I really hadn't looked at it that hard.
Yeah, I see. But the youngest and the youngest one of them is Aunt Minnie, and she married Collins. I seen her when me and Eva went to see my cousin in Charlotte one time. The one that was born out of wedlock. But she was not, and but
All right,
that
Jacob was your great grandfather, right? Yeah, Jacob and Suzanne Miller.
yeah, she married her first cousin. That's what got my ears ugly.
Oh,
His first cousin.
she's cousin Jacob and Susan's
Yeah,
first
his
cousin.
first cousin married.
And their kid was Marion, which is your grandpa.
Yeah, yeah. That's what caused him not to.
There's
live
Sarah
long.
Jane.
See, there's first cousins, and it's a little dangerous to marry first cousins.
Yeah,
But
make your ears
they got
big.
married on the 4th of July.
Jonathan Miller Davis.
See,
Well, here's one born and died the same day.
yeah, there's a dozen of them, I think. They always have about 12 kids, but some of them die younger. Yeah,
Let's see, started having, first was born in 27,
I don't.
second in 29, third in 30, fourth in 32, 35, 37, 39, 41, 44. They wait around much, did they?
I've always heard that. My mom always told me the carpenters in Robbinsville was some akin to my dad if she didn't know how. And there's carpenters buried in about every graveyard out you go up there. Even that one up
Well,
on top.
Francis Carpenter's kin is William.
William married Francis, and she was a carpenter.
Yeah.
And he had a Jacob Carpenter.
And Jacob had Marion.
No, this is a different Jacob.
Oh.
That's her William's wife's brother, Jacob Carpenter. I never did. I don't know him.
Oh, it was a Jacob. Oh, I got you.
And that's the reason there's a lot of Jake Carpenter. I worked with a Jacob Carpenter over at that mine, and seemed like he was a good hand to do work. And his name was Carpenter.
I forgot that name of that guy from Georgia. Who else was from Georgia?
That's where my grandpa.
Which grandpa?
On the Nellum side. That's on kin I've got. But I don't know. I know of in Georgia. But we got.
What about around western North Carolina?
You know when Sarah was going to school over here, when they taking pictures of the kids in school on 321.
Yeah.
When she went there, she told me that woman that was taking pictures, for the kids.
Yeah.
That her told Sarah her daddy's, she was a Davis, and it turned out to be that it mentioned that her grandpa was William Davis.